Okay, we're at part 2 here. Now you can see there's the face I did. You know, I might even kind of go a little bit further. If we wanted to, we could keep playing with this and do all kinds of really fun and weird stuff. Um, you know, adding all kinds of elements. Let's go ahead and pop over the body. So I use an AI art generator basically to create this image. I like it okay. It's not perfect. Um, so let's mess with it. I don't want levels. I'm going to go to adjustment, brightness, contrast. Try bumping up the contrast a little bit and maybe even the brightness down a little bit. I don't want to get rid of too much of the brightness there. Um, Adjustments we'll do. Again, we'll do it again. Bump up the contrast. We'll bring back up the brightness because again, I don't want to. I really want to try to get this line more of a black tone, but I feel like I'm losing stuff. Let's go ahead and cancel image adjustments. Brighten that back up. All right. I like how that looks, but I don't like how the black lines look. But so we'll just, you know, use our selection tool here. Again, what's nice about using these ultra minimalist like styles is they're easy to fix. So you know, hit Control D and there we go. We got a nice crisp line. Looks pretty good. You know what? We might not even need a new layer for that. Let me just try there. And don't. Maybe we'll adjust our tolerance down to 10 and try again. All right. I don't know. Not sure if that's better or worse. I guess probably better. Okay. Let's go with that. Good enough. Let's do our object selection. Let's grab our object. I have another version I created here, and we'll Control C, Control V that to a new layer. And I could just delete it, the background there, but that's okay. I'm new layer crazy. All right, I did create this one with again the AI art generator, and I like it, but I felt like maybe it was too detailed. It looks really good though, and I think it would probably work well as a texture. But I want to go ultra minimalist, ultra simplistic on this. So here, let's grab our shirt. First of all, it may or may not fit absolutely perfect, so there might be some tinkering, adjustments, modifications, etc. we will need to make to it to get the look we're really going for. The first thing I see that looks like it needs to be modified is the width. I don't love that. So let's go ahead and pull that out. And again, depending on how this vest is kind of looking on this shape, again, I might need more or less modifications, depending on what I want to go with, right? Again, if you've used Photoshop a lot, then a lot of these tools are going to be pretty common. All this stuff should be pretty familiar with you. If you haven't used it a ton, then maybe, you know, some of these things aren't super familiar, so that's cool. And again, everybody's had the Photoshop course in here, and I could just fix this probably with some Photoshop tools instead of continuing to tinker with this. I apologize. The biggest problem I have working on this stuff is I get kind of bogged down in that mode where I tinker and fix and tinker and fix, and I end up spending way too much time sometimes on stuff. So that looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and come back to here, and I'm going to make it match that shape. Well, I try to make it match that shape. Sometimes figuring out which tool you want can be tricky. And then we're going to select inverse and just delete. All right, so that looks pretty good. Again, I don't know how this is going to turn out on my model with the top here. So, you know, let me go and just maybe I'll undo that for now. And let's go ahead and pull this down a little bit more. Save myself some trouble and put it about there maybe. And again, it's not going to line up maybe as well. Delete. All right. Now we can play with our good old-fashioned Photoshop tools we want in here. Tinker with it a bit. That's pretty good. I mean, move the hardness up, the size down. So again, want to. Some of you might be watching this thinking, oh man, I could do this so much better. I got a better tool, etc. You probably do. I don't want to claim that, even though I've been using this a million years. I've had many students better than me with a lot of stuff over the years, so you get kind of used to it after a while, right? All right, so this part, again, is probably going to be a bit problematic at some point if we want to keep it. I could just go with purple through here. Maybe if I wanted to just stop that and go with purple. Let's see how, maybe I'll do that, because I think otherwise I'm probably going to be making a lot more work for myself than maybe needed. You know, one of the most awesome things about using a toy kind of as design is we can really, you know, I hate to use the word phone it in, but we can really, you know, get forgiven for a lot of choices. So, you know. You know, if you're doing the Playmobil assignment, you know, one thing I say often is, you know, think of this as a full piece, right? We don't want to think of it as one element. It's a combination. And so, you know, if somebody's looking at Morpheus here and they are really focused on his vest, I've either done something really bad or I've done something really good, right? Either that there's nothing else wrong, that they're spending all their time focusing on my texture work on the vest, or I've done such a good job with it, there's nothing else to even worry and critique at. So there we go. All right, and again, I'm just gonna go ahead. There should be enough padding that I don't maybe necessarily need to get that close, but you know, it may not hurt to just go ahead and make sure the edges are all there, that way, just in case. Okay, so let's see this. I'm just gonna go ahead and flatten image and hit Control S and Control Z and undo it, because that's gonna allow it to update over here and see where we're at. Okay, not great. It's okay, but obviously that vest is way too far low. So, yeah, that's not perfect. This is where it's going to be a little tricky. Maybe I should have done a little bit better job with my UVW mapping on the top here. I made it without looking at it. So, let's try cutting it off maybe here at the tie. And we'll just hit Control X, Control V, and put that there for now. Let's grab this one, hit Control T, and bring it all the way up like that. And we can grab some of this, oops, wrong button, Control C, Control V, and put that up here as well. And let's see where we are. Again, flat elements are going to be a lot easier, so we'll put that there. And you know, we're looking at this whole triangle, so maybe I'll just grab the whole thing. That's a bit of a guide, and see where we are. All right, so I'm going to make an executive decision just to paint this all in this dark green color, so I'm not having to worry about you know, all that other fun shading for right now. Okay, that'll help me over here too, because I know that this triangle will be just dark green on the head. Now this part could be a little bit tricky again. It's stretching it down quite a bit, so you know, unfortunately, you know, this is one of those things where I put together the file and I don't know, didn't have a thing in mind maybe when I did it, so do our best. All right. Now, as much editing as you want to make to your characters, keep in mind, you know, I might be doing more than necessary. I would say it's probably really likely I'm doing more than necessary, but, you know, feel free. We've had plenty of students that spent a lot of time on some of this stuff. And I'm definitely, as you can see here, guilty of the same thing. I didn't think there'd be any of that blue sticking out. Let's just delete that and maybe do it a couple times. I got a blurry edge. Okay, don't love it. Well, you know, what can you do? Maybe we'll draw our own circle and go from there. That makes sense. It looks like it'll work. Okay, so let's just delete that, put that there, and make a new black circle. All right. Again, trying to watch myself. Like I said, I get hyper focused, and I apologize. If you're watching this, you're like, "Come on already." You know, that's a fair critique. Let's go ahead and do a stroke. Same trick we did before. I'm going to do, instead of inside, I'm going to do outside. I'm going to do color. I'm going to do white. And play with the size. So I'm happy with it. And B, we'll just move it up a little, I think. You know, we'll do this. I'm going to go ahead and let's rasterize. Where are we at? Maybe I'm doing the wrong one. Doesn't matter. We'll just do this. And merge layers, and then we'll do stroke again. And then I'll do a black now to maybe see how it's looking. Or maybe we'll even do purple. So, I don't know. It's not bad. This part here is kind of messing up. We're losing part of the top of that shape. But, you know, all right, maybe, again, I'm probably hyper-focusing. Usually is the case. We could do that same trick again. Again, easy way to add some more lines. We'll do another outer stroke with black and then move it up maybe and see if that does. Again, I'm more or less happy with that. Part of me wants to do another one just for the collar here, which I think would look nice, but again, I feel like maybe I'm going crazy overboard because honestly, the black should probably line up with the black there. And we can pull these in from the side. Something like that ought to work. It might be a little too small, actually. I'm just decreasing the visibility to help me with the sizing here. I want to make sure that the black edge matches up with the black edge of this hole. All right, good enough. And now I'm just going to fill in the rest, I think, with purple. Again, if we wanted to, we could do the vest here, but I'm not sure if that's, you know, it's a toy, right? So I'm not sure even if the painting application would, in real life, have all of that detail. Like, it probably would stop right about there anyway. So maybe we'll just do that. Come on now. All right, and then we're just gonna grab this and do that. And nice big fat brush. Just fill it all in. All right, looking all right. Let's try this and see where we're at. Oh, it looks like I messed up my green over here. Oops. Must have deleted it somehow. Okay. No worries. Let's just let's see where we're at. Okay, flatten image and save, and let's come back over to Max and see where we are. And pretty good, looking not bad. So obviously the collar could use a little bit of tinkering or work, but overall it's not bad. The tie's close, but kind of funky. The vest obviously doesn't match up very well. So let's do this. So this is a good opportunity to say, well, I've gotten pretty close, but it's not right and needs work, etc., etc. There are some cool tools in here. Viewport canvas is a good one. All right, so we gotta have torso selected and hit diffuse color, and we can actually paint right on this. Now this, the only thing I found that's kind of a bummer about Viewport Canvas, and maybe they fixed it, I'm not hopeful, but is that it didn't quite match up very well before. Like, it always painted dark for some reason. So here, if I'm trying to, yeah, see, don't like that color. Let's see. Let's see if they improved it any. No, not really. Okay. Now it's painting maybe too light. Okay, but that's all right. You know what? I can work with that. You know, I can work with that. So this will allow me, and I'm just using the mouse right here. I'm not even using what do I call it, a Wacom tablet or anything. I'm just using the mouse and painting it in. Now it's gonna look rough, I think, but it's going to allow me to go into Photoshop and clean this up and make it look much nicer. You know, so we'll just if you use these tools, you'll probably see what I mean. They're a little primitive. They're a little primitive. All right. But using them as a tool, as a guide, as what they are, what they do well, can be really, really helpful. So again, while this looks rough as heck, you know, if I were going to leave it as such, I'd be like, oh man, it looks terrible. But for what I'm trying to do, I think it's going to work out just really, really well, because I'm going to be able to go into Photoshop with this tool, you see, and make those edits, right? That's where we can really make this much nicer. I found, again, if we're trying to do it, painting it in Max leaves something to be desired. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Yeah, so let's say here we can see, if I go back over to Photoshop and let's Control Z that, and I don't know if it's going to let me, probably won't let me open up the same file. Yeah, it'll replace this one, which is fine, I guess, really, if I don't care. Yeah, let's just do that. It's fine. I don't care. I don't need it. We'll do open, and we'll pick that same file, and we'll get the updated one for Max in here. Update. Boom. So here you can see the updated file from Max, and here's got all those edits, right? They look funky, they look weird, but you know, now I can go and change the coloring and stuff to be correct, and then come back and check. So like I said, the coloring, this has been something that's been an issue for a long time in 3ds Max, that for some reason it likes to paint in the colors a little bit off. All right, And I might even have to keep tinkering kind of back and forth with this a little bit till I'm happy with it. Like to see about it, you know. Definitely some issues here. I'm using like some rather straight lines. Again, I'm not using the tablet, so if you have a tablet and you're doing this, you might have a little bit better luck. All right. Okay. Now there are some other tools besides 3ds Max that you can use to paint right on a model. There are quite a number of them, and even an older version of Photoshop used to really include that, which was nice. You know. All right. All right. Again, looking okay. Trying to get that best line, I think would look a little bit better. All right, let's save this guy and see what we're dealing with. Flat image and save. Okay. All right, much better. So there's still some funkiness happening with the tie maybe. It looks like these colors look a little bit off, which is really strange because I thought they were the same color. It doesn't quite line up absolutely perfect. And if I remove this white line, I thought would look nice. Now that I see it here, oops. Now that I see it in here, I don't like it. So when we do that, we just grab this big brush here. Paint it in there. Too big of a brush. I hate when Photoshop stops showing you the preview of the circle. But alright. Going to weird phantom lines. There we go. It looks a little better. Again, I might add another line if I wanted to for the collar or something. I don't know. Looks like might look better if we kind of add more black and even in here, or maybe. Oh, I do like that better, but now I don't like this. So maybe not, huh? All right. Oh. We gotta come back over to this one, get rid of this, I don't know. Well, you probably can see it can take a minute to really get it to look just right, depending on what we're trying to go for. It looks like, again, there's some weird black edges here that's coming from the top half, and the edging along the two is still a little bit funky. Looks like maybe the coloring I painted isn't quite matching up either. So that'll be better, I think. All right, looking better. Still some funkiness again here. Here is going to be a little bit tricky because it looks like it doesn't quite like the shape is not digging. It's not digging it. Ugh, too far. I took it too far. All right. I could try going back into viewport canvas and fixing this. We'll see. I feel like it might just be a little out of luck. Black is the easiest to paint, right? All right, yeah, I don't hate that. I do kind of feel like I want to. See, they're just having some trouble. Probably just leave it like that. Okay. Again, we'll go ahead and go File, Open. Oops. Wrong button. File, Open. Open up that body again. Get out of your bridge. Click on the wrong thing, and everything starts causing trouble. And here, so click off of it. That'll save it, and we go open big body. All right, that'll work. Okay, so there we go. I don't want to spend any longer on that. Again, I can keep tinkering with it if we want. Looks like there's a little bit of some odd pinching here and there. But you know what? Maybe we just go back and we flat color it out. Again, it's a cartoon. It's a toy. So, you know, I'm just going to take it as such. All right. Again, I'm probably almost certainly taking way longer on this than I should. I don't even know how long I've been recording this, and I apologize if you're still watching this video. Need to maybe find a way to edit it some. I don't want to get rid of that nice edge we have made there, though. All right, that's going to work well enough for me. Okay, so let's just simply look at maybe grabbing this and doing new layer, and let's we'll do this one. Magic wand. And select. Let's go ahead and modify, expand by a pixel or so, and fill it in. And let's just go ahead and flatten image and save and see where we are inside of Max. Okay, not too bad. You know, honestly, I could just stop this vest there. Maybe, you know, maybe here I'm just trying too hard. Like maybe I shouldn't even worry about these edges in the top part and just do like a front graphic, like a sticker. I probably could do that. I have quite a bit investment on that part, but let's go ahead and maybe we'll just do that. I'm still not loving it, right? I'm not loving how it's looking. Let's just see how this looks, and if you know if it's better or not. We'll just go. I'll keep the tie area. We spent way too long working on that, and it turned out okay, I think. So let's try that and save and see what we got here. Oh, do not like it at all. Regret. Okay, let's put it back. Maybe I just want to end this sooner. Let's try that maybe and see what we're there with. Oh, cancel it. I want to try to save it as a different file type. I don't flatten it first because I'm saving it out as a PNG. Yeah, I like that better. Maybe we can just see if we can find where that is. Maybe we lower it down just a little bit. All right, I feel like it's gonna be close. Okay, man, I want to. Oh, you guys are like. Sorry, I'm making you suffer through a bit of perfectionism for something that doesn't even look that great to begin with. Oh my God, it's driving me nuts. I have a problem. Maybe we'll make a in-between video, so this one isn't going to take all minute of your day. Okay, all right, so that looks pretty good. I don't hate it. I like where we got. I would say, you know, if I would love to fix this purple color a little more. I'd love to maybe make less black lines there. I feel like they get a little too strong maybe. Now that we're at it, looking at it, I don't know. I feel like that also might be just too nitpicky. I think it's all in here though, looking at it. I think it's all in this top half, so maybe it won't be so bad to tweak real quick. I'm at this point, I've been fussing over it for way too long. All right. I can live with it. Okay. Heck, now I'm going to start fussing about that line in the back. I'm not going to worry about it, though. It looks okay. Okay, we get the idea. He looks like Morpheus. It looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and we'll say we're done there. Make sure I have that purple selected. Looking at the character. Yeah, it looks good. Okay, he does have, whether we want to add some, how much detailing we want to add to where or to what, I don't know. Let's go ahead and just drop that in. Actually, before we do that, I'm going to do select, modify. I'm going to expand 1 pixel just so there shouldn't be any white, and we'll do that. Let's go ahead and merge layers and save and see where we are here. Look already better, looking better. Yeah, I don't hate it. If we wanted to keep it flat coloring, we can, or if we go through and we can try to maybe add some stripes or not. I'm not going to try to do some stripes just because this is taking a lot longer than it probably should. I'm going to grab some of this great skin tone we've already established and paste it here, and come down here and start put it in this spot over here. I will use the quick selection tool. I think will work well for this. I want that and that. Okay, that should be good. So new layer and fill and Control D. Oh, you know, I forgot to do the expand 1 pixel. See what happens when I forgot to do the pixel? So let's do select, modify, expand, okie dokie, and we'll paste that, get that again. All right. Again, that 1 pixel is a nice little trick because, oops, wrong button. Save, and let's go. There we go. Morpheus has hands. They look good. Now, Morpheus actually has a trench coat, so this part here, I think I want to make black, not blue. Select, modify, expand, okie dokie, and we're gonna pick. Let's see. I don't know if I want black, because it might be a little too much. So I might pick a new, really dark purple, and we'll do that. We might actually need to modify, expand it another pixel or so because we're still seeing some of that blue. Alright, flatten image and save, and let's go over here. Okay. So that's pretty good. Now, it would be up to me to decide, you know, what are my next steps? Are we wanting to do kind of the trench coat look for him? Are we wanting to modify it? Are we wanting to make a model on it? I don't know, you know. Obviously, if I were going to do that, this would mess up the mapping because it doesn't match there. But we could make a new model and use the skin morph modifier and see how that looks. Overall, I think I'm pretty happy with how this looks right now. You know, we can, again, I could keep tinkering with it, keep modifying, keep editing it, but you know, I would say even if I didn't change anything, even if I left this exactly the same, or maybe I wanted to make the pants darker, because I feel like maybe they would look nicer if they matched this darker color. You know, let's do that, and then I wonder how hard, yeah, okay. I wonder how hard it would be to get rid of these feet. Let's try that. Let's just do save and let's see what we got here. All right, yeah. So, okay, let's just say I'm happy with this. I would say if this were my animation, you would know it's Morpheus, right? Like, even if it's not perfect, even if it's not exactly correct, even if it could, you know, can do more to it, I'm pretty happy with this overall. I feel like, you know, it gets the point across for sure, and it could be a real toy, you know. The more I look at it, the more I could see things I could modify. But if this was a project for the class, I'd be like, well, I spent an hour on this, and he looks good. Let's go to the other guy. All right. Hopefully you find this video helpful. Cool.